Update. My wife, together 12, married 7, is leaving me for someone she has known 3 months. Original post. A slight preface. My wife and her brother were very close when they were young. He got very into alcohol, went to prison for 10 years, went immediately back to drinking, then died in front of her. My wife, 30, and I, 33, started going to the gym together. We were loving the results of the fitness. It made sex even better, and we couldn't keep our hands off each other. We felt as happy and close as ever. 3 weeks after her brother died, this guy chats her up at the gym and she immediately clicks with him. I was wary, but I trusted my wife. She is a sweetheart, and I never imagined her having the ability to have an affair. Last weekend, we had one of the most romantic days and evenings we've had in a while. This week, she decides that she cannot go on, without finding out why she developed such a quick connection with this guy. We own a house and 3 pets. Her family and everyone we know are devastated and blown away, but she is dead serious. The woman I knew last month, even last week, has left the building. This is a living nightmare that I just want to wake up from. We did couples counseling 3 times and have one scheduled on Wednesday, but she has completely made up her mind and seems to have rapidly fallen out of love with me. My life as I had known it is over. I just needed to get this all off my chest. Now for the top advice before reading the updates. Nothing will soothe your pain right now, but I want to say this anyway. I was with my wife for 20 years, 2 kids. She slowly developed a drinking problem, and it eventually, as I predicted for years, destroyed our marriage. Even now, 2.5 years later, I can't believe my life turned out this way. But I met someone new that I love and am very happy. Your life feels like it's over, but it's not. You will bounce back. You got this. Similar story here. 25 years of marriage. It seemed like heaven. 4 kids, 2 off to college. The younger 2 doing well. No financial problems. He loved his job. We got along. And then he watched his father die of Alzheimer's disease. I had no idea it shook him so badly. Then the weirdness came. He dressed differently. He wanted to work out more. The diet changed. His traveling for work increased, and suddenly he disappeared. He needed to think of what he wanted to do with his life. He married a woman the same age as our oldest daughter from a foreign country, divorced me, and moved to the other side of the world. I was speechless. He disappeared. That was 6 years ago. I met a real man and am so much happier. I never thought this would be my life. I never thought I'd get over him, but I did. Good luck. I would cancel the counseling appointment and make an appointment with a lawyer instead. Time for you to start thinking with your head and not your heart. She does not care anymore about you, so stop caring about her. That's the very sad truth. And in case no one is saying this to you, she's a very, very crappy person for this. A selfish, crappy person who doesn't care if she hurts someone she allegedly loves, all for a dude she just met. The only thing I'd give her credit for is being honest about it. That's more than most would do. I'd still leave her immediately and give zero care about how bad her situation might be. She deserves whatever it is. Hope she gets herpes and a thyroid problem in the immediate future. Yep, she said it herself. I know this hurts you. I know this makes me a crappy person, but I don't care. I'm tired of doing what people think I should do instead of what I want to do. It's not over, my dude. It's just beginning. Now you have the opportunity to find someone who truly loves you. Get excited for that. Just imagine someone loving you as much as you love them. Time heals all wounds. This will pass. This OP, and make sure when she does come back, you're not available. And tell her no. Let her lay in the bed she makes. Oh yeah, things are definitely moving to the anger stage of things. First update 8 months later. I had a kind Redditor reach out to me over the weekend asking how I was doing regarding the above situation. The original post got a lot of attention, so I figured I would give an update. My wife filed for divorce a month after moving out. During this time, I did the whole online dating thing, which was way worse than I could have ever expected. I kept myself busy working out, building my own confidence, and hanging out with friends. In general, it was horrible, but I was trying to keep my head up. I was in therapy, didn't click with my first therapist, found a new one in December whom I liked a lot more, and I'm still seeing her. Mid-December, my wife called me, crying, asking if she could stay in the guest bedroom because she had nowhere to go. I said yes, even though she hurt me so badly, I still loved her. So things with the guy at the gym turned very toxic very fast. I know the word narcissist gets thrown around a lot these days, but this guy? It's hard to believe these subhuman pieces of trash actually exist. So she stayed in the guest bedroom for a week, then went to stay at her parents' house for a month. She had a nervous breakdown and was able to get a medical leave of absence from work. Mid-January came around, and she was back at the house, but still in a very frantic and erratic state, sort of like she was withdrawing from hard drugs. I had no idea about the addictive nature of toxic relationships. It's a psychological mess. She made it clear that she was too messed up in the head to be in a relationship and was going to work on herself. I gave her the time and space she requested, and she went all in on learning about the psychology of all this. Inner child work, how the nervous system reacts and attracts you to toxic people if you grew up in a toxic household. Anxious and avoidant attachment styles. There's this book called How to Stay Married, where the wife had an affair, and it turns out the root of the issue was her unresolved childhood trauma. Long story short, same thing happened here. It hurts, but I can forgive her. She is my best friend, and we are insanely compatible in a lot of ways. She has really been returning to herself the past month. She is the happiest I have seen her in at least a year, and last week we filed the paperwork to dismiss the divorce. We are both in individual counseling and will soon start couples therapy. I'm sure a lot of people will think I am making a mistake in reconciling, but I am happy. I do trust her now that she has the knowledge to not let this happen again, and she has the drive to become the best person she can be. Good luck. I couldn't, but I'm glad you are. I enjoy learning from others. Good luck, buddy. I don't think you realize that you yourself are in a toxic relationship with your wife. You're happy playing Captain Save-A-Ho right now, but this will bite you in the butt later. I'm curious, did your relationship start off this way? She a damsel in distress and you her knight in shining armor? Was your mom a mess? A person who needed saving? It's one thing to forgive someone. It's another thing to allow them to walk all over you. Why are you okay with being a doormat? Nah, we met on a Beatles forum, went to a Paul McCartney concert together, then slowly started building a romantic relationship over a year before she moved in with me. My mom died from cancer when I was 5, so I have no idea what she was like. I certainly understand how it looks like I am being a doormat. I have very firm boundaries with her in the aftermath of this. What boundaries did you set? I'm asking because we only have a couple of posts for insight, and from what's there, it strongly implies she hasn't accepted responsibility nor accountability for what she did to you. Man, she didn't just break your heart, she shattered it and then stomped on to pieces. Healthy relationships need trust, respect, and boundaries. She violated all three in the most humiliating way. Is it possible you're just fleeing back into a safe space, your marriage, that in reality doesn't exist anymore? Doesn't read like there is anything stopping her from doing this to you again. Good luck, man, but damn. What she did to you was beyond messed up. The only thing worse would be if you were now raising his kid too. Have you been intimate with her since? Have you gotten tested for STDs afterward? You should. And if you have any kids, please test paternity so that your rights are protected. Complete access to her phone anytime. Individual counseling for her and couples counseling for us. Basically, anytime I even have a hint of suspicion of any sort of nefarious activity, I can investigate. No questions asked. This hasn't needed to happen because we spend nearly all our free time together or doing our own stuff around the house. If we aren't spending time together, she's reading self-help or watching self-help on YouTube. We work the same hours, go to the gym together, come home. What she did was beyond messed up. We're all on the same page with that. She says that what she did is unforgivable, that she is a huge piece of crap, a complete freaking moron, that I deserve better. I want to make things work for the sake of the life we built over 12 years, the beautiful home and land we own together, the vast array of common interests we have together. I want to continue building memories of love and laughter and fun, like we did for 12 years. There is a lot that is important to me that can be saved if the work is put in. Her estranged brother died in front of her while she was holding his hand, and then weeks later, this guy comes into her life and love bombs her while she's spiraling in grief. It's no excuse for what she did, but it's enough for me to give her at least some iota of grace, that she was not in a sane and rational mind when this all went down. Yes, we have been having sex. No, we don't have kids. Edit. I am reading all the comments and taking everything to heart, even or especially the ones calling me stupid, chump, doormat. I completely understand where you're coming from. I just don't have time or desire to respond to so much. I want things to work out, and do trust my gut that this was a one-time thing. I will post an update and take all of the "I told you so" if it comes to that. Third update 4 months after. My self-esteem is reshattered, and I really don't know what to think. My wife and I were together for 12 years, and I thought we had a great sex life, 3 to 4 times a week. It felt very passionate. She always talked about how good I was at pleasing her. She always came. She left me for someone she knew for 90 days, and they lasted 5 months. I tried to salvage a relationship of 12 years. Things were decent, but the passion was gone, and she was clearly hung up on the fact that her knight in shining armor wasn't who she thought. It was making me hate myself staying with her, so I finally left. Today she told me that the main reason we were not able to rekindle things is that sex with the other guy was so mind-blowing that she can't be in a romantic relationship that doesn't have that level of intensity. I don't know how I'm supposed to process this. Your wife chose fantasy sex over 12 years of commitment, memories, and building a life with you. That's self-absorbed. The fact that she gives you the details too is really low. She could have just said she wasn't happy and ended it. Time to find yourself again and think about what you want. That's the truth. Wish I had accepted that 7 months ago. Our divorce was 12 days away before she dismissed it. Now we gotta go through it again. Love and learn. I wish that weren't true. I'm leaving because of her hitting me below the belt. Last week, I wanted to reconcile, try and save what was once a loving and secure relationship. Her telling me that was the final nail in the coffin. One last kick in the balls to conclude a year of pain and heartbreak. I will be okay though. Yep, got that right. Also just started making 6 figures in a low cost of living area, in addition to selling a house that is nearly paid off. Fitness is my main priority right now. Overall, I'm not too worried. I'm ready to move on. I just feel stupid. Not divorced yet. It's been a long time coming, but this crap just went down 2 weeks ago. Our finances have been separate for a while now. She is broke and I have like $150,000 in IRA and 401k in savings. My sister is a lawyer, not a divorce lawyer, but she says I should do it without a lawyer. I'm doing the paperwork right now. Soon-to-be ex-wife isn't mad at me or anything. She does feel bad and knows she is the POS in this situation, so she is being civil. We've agreed to sell the house, split the profit, and that will be that. She will leave my retirement account alone. Appreciate the advice. That is sound wisdom. I hike a lot, hit the gym 5 to 6 days a week, have been for 2 years. I'm a novice at guitar, and this seems like the perfect opportunity to really get good. Would love to be in a band. We'll have to think about combat sports. I do kickboxing workouts for cardio and enjoy those. Yep, no doubt. Divorce has been filed. Final update 7 months later. Hey, thank you for checking in. All things considered, I am doing all right. We closed on the sale of the house we owned last week and got a good profit out of that. Now just waiting for the divorce to finalize. I am staying active at the gym, busy with work, going to yoga classes, joined a hiking group. It is still a big change though. Most days are okay, and I feel like I've made a lot of progress in healing. Some days, the reality of being alone and not knowing if I will ever find love again hits me hard. I have never really dated, and I'm finding it to be an exhausting experience. Last story. My girlfriend and best friend want me to be in a throuple with them. I kicked them out instead. So I, 21 male, broke up with my girlfriend, 20 female, a week ago. The reason for that is because apparently she and my friend, 21 male, fell in love and also love me and wanted the three of us to be together. I'm not the only one who thinks that's wild, and thinking about it still makes me laugh. Honestly, it's the most bizarre thing that's ever happened to me. I have absolutely nothing against people in poly relationships, but like, really? To paint a clearer picture, my friend, let's call him Seth, and I have been friends since middle school. I used to spend nearly every day over at his place, so I'm pretty close with his family as well. At least enough for his parents to call me their son too, so yeah, best friends. Seth came out as gay in high school. Yes, gay, not bi or pan or anything. Gay, as in convinced he's not into women at all. I never had a problem with it. Heck, I used to accompany him to every Pride event hosted in town. Yes, I was sometimes teased for being gay too, and for Seth and me being boyfriends, but I always brushed it off with a laugh. I met Holly 7 months ago at my cousin's birthday. My cousin and her had been friends for a little while back then, so she was invited. We started chatting and had been dating for about 5 months. Holly and Seth would obviously see each other often because of me and would hang out one-on-one too, which I never had a problem with. They were friends, which I was happy about. And then it happened. Last week, Seth came over to my apartment to play games while Holly was staying over for the weekend. Things were good, though now that I think back on it, the atmosphere seemed a little more awkward than usual. Anyway, Seth and Holly sat me down and begged me to listen to what they had to say. They revealed that they'd had feelings for each other for a while but never acted on them. However, they ended up talking about it a few days prior, when the pressure became too much. And like the geniuses they are, they decided that the perfect solution to their problem was for all three of us to date. Seth said that he's actually liked me for years, and that I've been acting like a boyfriend anyway, so we might as well make it official. Honestly, all of that came out of nowhere. I was shocked. Admittedly, I laughed because of how much I couldn't believe what was happening. Like, yes, this was clearly an emotional affair or something of that kind, but this was the first time I heard people be so extremely delusional. Dating my girlfriend and best friend? No thank you. So yeah, I broke things off right then and there with Holly and told Seth to figure himself out before kicking them both out. I blocked them both on everything. Seth's family and my own have been contacting me for the past week to ask about what happened, but back off when I told them the truth. I'm a bit upset, obviously. My best friend turned out to be untrustworthy, and my ex-girlfriend cheated on me in a way, even if it wasn't physical. But this is also kind of hilarious? I'm not sure. The reason I'm making this post, though, is because Holly's mom called me just yesterday. Apparently, her daughter hasn't been taking the breakup well. She said that Holly loves both me and Seth, and my reaction really hurt her. The whole thing with Seth started because they would talk about me a lot, and Seth is much more attentive than me, so that attracted her to him. Listen, maybe I'm not the best boyfriend in the world, but at least I'm loyal, until someone betrays me. Holly's mom was looking out for her daughter, so I just thanked her for her time before hanging up. I have been thinking about the entire thing a little more though. Now for the top comments. Seth probably manipulated your ex into a relationship, hoping to get closer to you. Now Holly seems to regret it, but you definitely should not take her back. They both betrayed you. No relationship, friendship, or anything should be allowed with either of them. Congrats on standing your ground, blocking them both, and moving on with your life. Wishing you the best. What is even more shocking for me is Holly's mom trying to manipulate OP into accepting the relationship. That itself, in my opinion, very disturbing and disgusting. I wouldn't actually say her mom was trying to manipulate me. From what I know, Holly's always been very close to her mom. I met the woman a few times and we got along. I could tell she really loves her daughter. That phone call was less her trying to pressure me into getting with Holly again, and more about seeing her and talking about what happened instead of shutting her out.